What is up, YouTube? This is my Monday Night Raw review. So, the show starts off with AJ coming out, and she's announcing matches. She announces Big Show versus Randy Orton and John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. CM Punk interrupts. He starts to apologize about his actions last week and that the match shouldn't be a triple threat. And then AJ says it's going to be a triple threat, and Punk starts saying how he demands respect and starts going off. And then John Cena interrupts. He tells AJ he's John Cena, nice to meet you, and that she smells good. So then Cena and Punk start going back and forth. Cena's saying how you don't, the man respects you, earn it, how he comes out here every night and earns respect. So then Big Show interrupts, and AJ says, no, we're not having this. I am not having my show break out in chaos. We're not going crazy tonight. So then AJ makes the announcement that Punk will face either Kane, Miz, or Rey Mysterio, and that the WWE Universe will get to vote. So then we go to commercial break, and we come back, and it turns out the opponent is Rey Mysterio. Now we have a pretty good match. They have a pretty good match. We see a pretty good match. It goes back and forth, and Mysterio goes for the 619 a second time and hits it. Goes for the splash. Punk gets the knee ups, hits the GTS. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Punk is your winner. So then we see a Wade Barrett video package, which I am excited for. I have wanted Wade Barrett to come back so long, and it's awesome that he's coming back, and hopefully they give him a push out of mid-card and in the main event status. So then we see Alberto Del Rio arrive, and he goes backstage, and he says that he thought that we were going to see AJ was going to do something crazy. So then she puts him in a match with Christian. So then we go and we see Christian get hit with Del Rio's shoe into the cross arm breaker, and he taps out. Then you see Sheamus steal Alberto Del Rio's core. So then you get Orton versus Show, which ends in a draw by double countout. And then Orton hits the RKO on Big Show. Then we have Ryback versus Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex, and Ryback wins. Like he usually does. So then we get the Prime Time Players versus Epico and Primo with no Rosa Mendez. Abraham Washington isn't really saying much tonight on his microphone. He's keeping it pretty normal. Epico and Primo get the win with the help of the tag team champions, the Boom Truth, I think they call themselves. So then we get Damian Sandow versus Brodus Clay. Damian Sandow attacks Brodus Clay before the match, destroys his leg, and goes back to the back. So then we get Daniel Bryan going backstage saying how he deserves to be in the triple threat. It should be a fatal four-way. AJ says, you got a match against Kane at SummerSlam. And Daniel Bryan starts chanting, yes, yes. I mean, no. AJ's chanting, yes. My bad. Back and forth until Daniel Bryan leaves, and AJ has a smile on her face because she shut up Daniel Bryan. So then we get the return Kelly Kelly versus my favorite diva, Eve. Kelly Kelly gets the win, of course, because it's her return match. It was a Divas match. What else can I say? So then we get the return of the Heartbreak Kid, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Hickenbottom Michaels. So then he comes out. He starts making jokes about his age and he's out of shape. So then you get Brock Lesnar and his mouthpiece, Paul Heyman, out to the ring. And Paul Heyman starts talking about how Triple H is going to get destroyed at SummerSlam by Brock Lesnar. And of course, everyone wants to hear Shawn Michaels' opinion. So then Brock says, of course you think Triple H can beat me because you've never been in the ring with me until now. He starts heading for Michaels. Triple H comes out to save Michaels. And Brock picks up the mic and says, I'll see you at SummerSlam. And then turns to Michaels and says, I'll see you before then. And leaves the ring. So then we get Ziggler versus Riley on Raw. And I am very happy about this fact. I am a huge Alex Riley fan. And I hope they push him back to mid-card status. Or even main event status. We get Jericho on commentary. He's talking about how Riley's a great competitor and Ziggler shouldn't underestimate him. He starts touting, distracts Ziggler. Riley gets the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Riley beats Ziggler on Raw. So then we get Kane versus The Miz. It's a typical slot filling match, basically. Kane gets the win. On the IC champion, by the way. So then we get Daniel Bryan versus John Cena. It's a great match, back and forth, great length. Cena gets the win. And then you get Punk, who gets in the ring with Cena, and then Cena pushes him, and here comes the Big Show. And then he's going for an attitude adjustment, and Punk hits both of them again. Goes to the commentary table. He starts talking about how people think he's turned his back on the universe, but how he demands respect for the WWE Champion, that deserves respect, and how the show was going to end like it did last week with him and having the title, leaving the arena. He goes back and he's about to kick Big Show. Big Show grabs his leg, hits the WMD, hits Cena with the WMD, stands above both of them with the title held high, showing that he's going to win the triple threat Sunday on SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your Raw review. Stay tuned, YouTube.